Hello and welcome everyone back to the Calvin Crypto video. I hope you guys are doing well and having a great weekend so far. And today we're going to be revisiting an OG ecosystem over in the land of Wales, Ethereum. And I truly do believe this will pop off in the next upcoming DeFi 3.0 season. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is TitanX. Now, if you haven't heard of it, I made a lot of videos on it in 2024 and I actually made good money from it. We're going to be revisiting that today because I think, and I love making videos when I'm talking about projects that I have that are undervalued, okay, so that you can get the greatest growth potential from them. And I think right now, especially with, actually we can look at Ethereum performance today, is actually covering quite well. Looking at the price, I think it is still in the 2.3k range. You can see that 2.2, so it's definitely in the red. You can see that in the year to date is down 33%. Usually actually Ethereum has the best performing months over in January and February. So I think what we're seeing right now is just a case of impeding the altcoin season, giving you a chance to accumulate in the positions that you truly do believe in. During these bloody markets, a lot of people tend to be very bearish. They doubt that we are in a bull run. And I'm going to say this, I think the bull run is still on. I firmly do believe in that because I think we are in a believers only bull run. So looking at the TitanX token right now, which is under $1 million in market cap, and it is now as well officially deflationary, I think for a long time actually. Not only that we're going to be reviewing TitanX, I'm going to be covering my top 6 favorite tokens within the ecosystem and leaving the best for last. So watch the whole video through. These tokens might just be your next 100x token. Now, always has to depend on the correct market conditions. So take this video as an educational video, but never as a financial advice. So yeah, looking at the chart and actually looking at their website, they have updated it, which we're going to go through today. I think it will give a good summary for all the people who haven't seen TitanX before. And as I mentioned, I think this is a very good entry price because we are very close to that all-time low, only 30% from the all-time low. So this is the next best opportunity you'll probably ever get, because the next leg up for Ethereum, you can imagine TitanX will go up with it in an amplified way, never looking back at these price levels again. And you can see actually back to the local all-time high, we are a 7.1x away. So looking at the website here, let's check it out. Let's see what are they talking about, because they also do talk about a old model and a new model, which I'm really excited to cover. So TitanX is a hyper deflationary layer 1 within layer 1s, aka DeFi 3.0, which I'm really excited, by the way, because if you guys didn't know, over in PulseChain we have a stable coin in the path to $1, and I think that's going to be really great for the next DeFi season. And at the same time, over in the Ethereum chain, I think TitanX will be leading that as well. So, and actually also another fun fact, a lot of the TitanX ecosystem and the PulseChain ecosystem, the communities actually overlap, which is a good thing to see. So to all the TitanX viewers and to all the PulseChans watching this video, make some sound, comment down below. This will help boost this YouTube video in the algorithms, showing other crypto investors and traders that potentially haven't seen TitanX before. So it's a win-win for everyone. I'm doing my part of the community in making those videos. Are you doing your part of the community? So thank you very much for watching. Before we go any further, I would like to say a big thank you to the YouTube members who are choosing to support my small channel. Thank you very much. And to these highlighted comments here, it says, hey everyone, to punish the traders, wait to buy at the dips. Well said, my friend. And here, you are doing a great job, Khaled. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure making these videos. And finally, but not least, from a DeFi insider, it's been a pleasure finding your information. Well, the pleasure is all mine. If you guys didn't know, if you are a YouTube member, you have access to my members exclusive video, which right now is a 5 to the series where I talk about the psychology of the market, where you can leverage the thousands of hours that I spent researching over the bear market over the past years, understanding what are the cogs that are driving the bear and the bull market in the background. How am I preparing for this bull run? When am I going to take profits? What are the pitfalls that 95% of people fall under, the herd behavior? So if you want to find out more, you can become a YouTube member and you have access to those videos. Thank you very much, guys. Let's continue with the video. Here it says TitanX is redefining what it means to be a layer 1, paving the way to having a hyper deflationary core asset at the heart of a fair and a decentralized DeFi ecosystem. fully fair launched, no venture capitalists, no pre-sales, and no insiders. This is a big issue that Solana has. It's filled with insiders and VCs, and even celebrities are extracting value from their viewers and leaving people to trade with diluted shares. This is why I don't really participate in Solana as much. And at the same time, I really think Ethereum retains value. It has better longevity. So these projects that you're seeing here, guys, they're not going to be here for a few days or a few months and then that's it. We're going to move on to the next thing. This is what I love about Ethereum. As I mentioned, it is the land of whales. It is taken seriously, and I've seen this project. It's an OG. It has withstood the test of time, and I really think this is actually a perfect timing for me to get this video out to you guys, to educate the people about this ecosystem, give it the spotlight it deserves. At the same time, the prices, they're very cheap, they're undervalued. You know, this is why they always say be greedy when everyone's fearful. So there is that. So hyper-deflationary DeFi 3.0 ecosystem, fully community owned and built, the hub of fair DeFi innovation, triple audited secure code. We love that. And if you scroll down here, you can see scarcity driven, fair launch tokenomics that make a difference. Everything built in the TitanX ecosystem is handcrafted to perfection by the community, combining both fair launches and brilliant tokenomics to create hyper scarce DeFi assets. One core goal: create hyper-deflationary, community-owned DeFi 3.0 assets. That's a very strong goal, slogan, whatever you call it. That's really, really good. It keeps it very simple because, again, you have to really simplify this. It is a complex ecosystem, don't get me wrong, but you have to simplify it for the retail investors, for anyone who's onboarding, who's going to spend 10 seconds, right? Who's going to pass by because as you can see here, actually, TitanX is top 9 in all of Ethereum. Let's do that right now. Let's double check it. We're going to click on Ethereum. And there you go, TitanX. So people are going to see that bright green circle, so vibrant, and a nice, name. It's not made of common words. It's a proper word. They're going to click on that. They're going to be like, hold on, look at this hyper-deflationary 3.0 asset. Very well made. Very, very well made. I really do like this a lot. So going back to let's see the different aspects. Fair launch ecosystem, yes, we know that. Proof of burn 2.0, amazing. Every protocol built in the ecosystem burns TitanX and makes it more rare. So this is one of the most powerful things that makes TitanX kind of like an oracle that is receiving buy and burn pressure from all the hashtag build on TitanX projects, which, by the way, there's dozens of them, dozens. I would have to spend a whole week uploading hourly videos on a daily to cover them all. This is why today I just hand selected my top 6 that I think it's a great way for you to start and potentially even to only focus on, actually. So yeah, you have here aggressive buy and burns, decentralized builders, vertically stacked LPs. Every protocol benefit from the adoption of another protocol by linking all the LPs together. That is very, very true, and I've seen this. Distributed marketing, 28 plus individual teams running marketing, and a 20,000 plus user wide community amplifying it. So we're going to talk about, by the way, these websites are very well made, very polished. Like, I can tell that there's been time, money, and energy spent on this. And this is exactly what I want to see from a project that I might be potentially investing some of my money into. Okay, and don't get me wrong, it's always going to be risk capital, but nonetheless, you have to do your research. And I really advocate for people to understanding the tokens, the projects that you're about to invest. And secondly, actually, before you invest, I always tell people I'd rather you become an investor rather than a trader, because if you're holding for the long term instead of being short-term price oriented, and this is exactly what I'm talking about here, the longer you hold something, i.e. being an investor, the less likely you are to lose money. So I hope this helps envision what I was trying to say. Going back to it here, if you scroll down, they're talking about the old layer 1 model versus the new TitanX model. So even this is news to me. So let's see, what are they talking about here? The old layer 1 model, aka they enrich insiders at the expense of the community model, raise money from people that will endlessly dump on your users and destroy their layer 1's hard work plus reputation, launch a deserted and empty layer 1 no one wants to bridge to, bribe builders with money to care about the empty layer 1 with no users, and 1 month before they move on to the next thing. So the shiny new object there, copy paste existing tech, slap a new logo on it and pretend it's new and innovative, inflate 1 million plus daily volume, potentially sell pressure to bribe your validators to stay around and hopefully keep the layer 1 active, beg for integration into fiat on and off ramps, try to get them to care about the ghost town layer 1 with no users, and potentially get the layer 1 hacked. And here is a new TitanX model. Let's see how the grassroots pure crypto model is talking about. Utilize all existing layer 1s and use all existing infrastructure to its max potential. Be where the users and builders already are. Fund it as the builders build it, fair launch it, and only get rewarded by actually delivering a good product users love to use. Do the hard work and build a community of passionate decentralized builders that actually care and want to build better pure crypto products that users love. So I really do like this so far. I'm going to let you guys read this. So obviously all the links that I'm going to talk about and cover will be in the description. So I really do like this. And you can see here, built by the people, for the people. Everything in TitanX ecosystem is built by the community, for the community. Everything is fair launched and the builders are passionate community members that want to build inside the TitanX ecosystem. And actually, this is what I like to see. You can even get a picture here so that you get the green border. So, you know, again, really well made here, talking about, you know, what is the problem that TitanX is really solving. Okay, because one of the worst things is looking at a solution to a non-existent problem. But here it is really addressing the real problems that retail investors, unfortunately, their first impressions of crypto is being in a failed project, or literally straight up a rug pull or a scam or a honeypot. You see what I'm saying? Or they're listening to these disingenuous influencers. So again, I really do like this. We are actually fixing a problem and we're building a whole ecosystem. It's that community, which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, you can't have culture without the word cult. Okay, yes, the word cult is kind of a derogative term, but it's not really. If you're in crypto, you have to be in a cult to really win at something, because you have to believe in something. So whatever it is, believe in it. Believe in something. And for me, I believe in TitanX. I believe in PulseChain. Okay, so I love this. You know what I mean? I love this. I'm a long-term believer in this, and I feel like we're really going to get the most leverage out of Ethereum's next leg up. Okay, I think Ethereum right now is what, 2.3K. I think it can go to 7K, 10K. Aspirational target would be $15,000 Ethereum. You can only imagine the magnitudes, how the price level will be incredibly higher for TitanX and all its derivatives. So, you know what I mean? It's a case of, hey, would you rather wait and buy, or buy now and wait to find out? Okay, this is not financial advice. That's just for me. That's how my thought process is. But yeah, without going any longer in terms of TitanX, it's very bullish. I'm going to leave that there. You can see the stats right here. Half or over half the supply is bought and burnt, and then the other, well, half of that is bought and burnt from the build on TitanX protocols. You can see here a portion of it is staked, and another big portion is built on TitanX protocols, so locked up in there in those smart contracts. And then only a 29.2% is actually liquid, so is in the liquidity pools and in people's wallets, basically. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to the next token here. Okay, this is a very new token. I believe it's just a month old. Yeah, it is a month old. It's a micro cap called Shaolin. A beautiful name that I really like. A good looking website, which we're going to cover now. You can see this right here. I'm not going to spend too much time here, but this is one of the latest build on TitanX protocols, and you can see here the main LPs. If we actually paste it here, will be with TitanX, and then a big portion of that is with Ethereum. And what are you able to do here is create miners, and you can stake. Now, what I am doing personally is just creating miners. Really, I'm not going into staking. So you create miners by entering in with Ethereum. You can create a badge, so to save gas fees. And you can see, yeah, we are in day 29 here. The thing that I really like about Shaolin, number one, is that it's a bullish name, really powerful, good looking website. Number two, when you go to the stats, guys, a huge portion of the supply, and I wish they gave us the percentage. Unfortunately, they didn't. A huge portion, I'm going to assume that's around 95. It looks like that, maybe. Yeah, I'd say 95% of the supply is bought and burnt, with the bigger majority of the leftover is actually staked, and then finally 810,000 of the tokens are liquid, so again in the pools to buy or in people's wallets. So this is why I'm personally mining, because I feel like, again, mining at these price levels it's kind of like a no-brainer for me. I don't know about you. Again, it depends on your risk tolerance, so wherever that is. It's a very bullish token. It does look like a buy and hold token, like a mining token. Now you can also check out the staking, but I really do like this as well. And before we move on to the next project, we're going to quickly read, this is their Git book. We're going to quickly read what is, in their words, what is Shaolin. The Shaolin protocol represents a revolutionary Ethereum-based system utilizing layer 0 technology, making the Shao token itself an OFT, an omni-chain fungible token. It combines deflationary tokenomics, virtual mining, and dynamic reward mechanisms in Ethereum and wrapped Bitcoin to establish a sustainable and interconnected DeFi ecosystem. The mining of Shaolin tokens will only last for 88 days, and then no more supply can be created. Paired with daily decreasing token rewards, ensures scarcity and drives early participation. By allocating ETH contributions to advanced buy and burn mechanics for Shaolin, Lotus, Eden, and TitanX, Shaolin not only reduces the token supply but also strengthens the liquidity and value of these protocols. This symbiotic design fosters collaboration between protocols, creating a robust foundation for long-term ecosystem growth while incentivizing community engagement and rewarding loyal participants. And again, a beautiful looking logo here. Also have this beautiful looking image here, like wow. AI has really come a long way. Now moving on to the second token here, this is kind of a revisiting of a token that I talked about, which was Vault. When I made a video, it was perfectly timed and it went ahead to do a beautiful 26x in just a few days. And now we've kind of retraced all the way back even below my entry price from that video. And again, what I look out for in these projects is, number one, is first of all, is it still bullish in terms of the community and they believe in it? And there is a strong community. This is TitanX we're talking about. Vault is very powerful. It is now deflationary as well. It's been deflationary because this one had a distribution auction system that obviously we're way past that. I think it ended in the first 10 or 14 days. And yeah, the second thing that I really look out for is the low volume days. This is what really attracts me to understand, hold on, I know this token is undervalued, because if every other checklist is checked other than the price number is up, because of course guys, at the end of the day, you can actually have Bitcoin or you can have anything, but if the price is down, if the price action is low, nobody's going to believe in it. At least we're talking about the herd behavior, right? They won't believe in it until the price actually goes up, and then they start believing in the project. It's actually quite funny. So this is why I'm looking at this and I'm thinking about, in the head of a retail investor or in the head of a non-believer, once this token starts gaining attraction, guess who was here first? You and I, okay? Because we are following the information. We are looking at buying opportunities, because when the price goes lower, guess what? Your buying power is higher. You have a chance to accumulate a position that another whale will have to pay 100x more in the future. That's how I think of things, at least. So yeah, this one is a 1 million market cap token with a very good amount of liquidity, tied with TitanX, going back to that liquidity web that they were talking about. 100x with DragonX and another 16x with Hyper, which we're actually going to cover. That's the next token. But before we do so, we're going to check out the stats for Vault. You can see around half of the supply has been burnt forever, and a small percentage is in the treasury, and then the majority is in circulation and the liquidity pools. So again, I really do like this. Right now the price is at 1/10 of a cent. At some point we were at almost 10 cents. At some point we were as close as an 11x, measurement to $1. But right now, how far away are we to $1? That's a great question. We are a whopping 512x to $1. Okay, so there is that. You know what I mean? This is why, don't get me wrong, obviously as the price goes lower, it's extremely more speculative, but the risk to reward ratio is not 1-to-1 here, obviously, because, you know, I feel like the timing of this video is perfect, just before Ethereum really does a trend reversal, and at the same time we're going to confirm that bottom. I feel like we're very, very close to that. When you have people not talking about the bottom anymore, that's probably because they have really given up on trying to call the bottom. So you can imagine people saying, oh, we're at the bottom, we're at the bottom, we're at the bottom, by the dip, by the dip, by the dip. And now they kind of stopped talking about buying the dip, which obviously I feel bad for those people. And then the best thing you can do really is just hold it. Don't realize those losses. And obviously never kind of go all in. You have to DCA so you can average your entry price. I just want to take this opportunity to remind people that actually bull runs are born on pessimism, they grow on skepticism, they mature on optimism, and then they finally die in euphoria. So again, when I look at projects like these, I cannot have a target X amount, or I'm going to sell when it reaches this amount of X. No, I have my if statements of when are we going to be in that euphoric territory. For example, I'm going to say a euphoric territory is going to be when Ethereum is anything above $10,000. That's where I'm going to start taking profits per week. It could be 1 to 2% profits per week. What does that mean? Turning my altcoins into stable coins. Simple. Keep it simple, guys. Okay. So there's that. Volt is actually very bullish. Shout out to the community out there as well. Now, moving on to the second token here. This is a giant one, possibly the second biggest project after TitanX here, and it's called the DragonX. It's on a major correction, which I love to see. Okay, 92%. This is deep in the buy zone. Usually I create a buy zone box, which is anywhere from minus 60% and above. So we are back here. Unfortunately, not back at those lower levels, which I made a video on this, and it's crazy because it flipped on the daily super trend during basically throughout all summer. Guys, nobody was talking about it, including me, unfortunately. This flew under my radar, and it went ahead to do a whopping, guys, a whopping to all-time high here, 123x in 100 days. That's equivalent to 1x per day. Like, what? Crazy, really crazy. And then now we're, corrected 92%, giving us an opportunity from all, by the way, you're only late from that all-time low here by 4.6x. So again, I feel like this is a really great sale, and going back to all-time high would be a 13x, which was around, I believe, I like to say around might be 80 to 90 million market cap, which is still nothing when you compare it to a bull run. So yeah, keep an eye on those volumes, guys, because if you start seeing those volumes spiking up, that's usually a precursor to a trend reversal or just a bullish signal before actually the price realizes that. So there's that. Again, this is really great timing, and keep an eye on as well on the super trend here. It does seem like it's red. It did flip green for a few days here, but that was definitely probably a fake out, I guess. But yeah, I'm very curious to see when is the bottom actually going to happen. In general, I'm very bullish on Ethereum. Therefore, I am looking at DragonX as a direct leverage of that, because Ethereum has a Spectra upgrade. I believe they have already rolled it out in test nets. It's probably going to take a few months to roll it out into actual Ethereum mainnet. But yeah, this is really great. So if you guys didn't know, DragonX actually used to also have a distribution phase, or like a minting phase, where every week you were able to mint DragonX with your TitanX, and the rate started giving you less and less DragonX per TitanX until the minting phase actually ended. So here we are today looking at the stats, which we're going to cover in a second. A beautiful looking website. Just look at this. DragonX is a DeFi ecosystem token. Whenever ecosystem projects are used, DragonX gets burnt, hinting about Hydra, which is the next token we're going to talk about, titanx, the main Oracle ecosystem, titanx farms. I made a video on that, and a bunch of other projects coming soon. So I'm looking forward to it, actually. And you can see how much holders. This is very small in terms of holders, at 3.9k, and I think it's no longer. Yeah, as you said, it's at 7.9, not 19.6 million market cap. You can see more and more projects are being built to burn DragonX. So if we scroll up here, let's see quickly what they say here. DragonX is a deflationary store of value backed by DeFi applications. better token economics, token burning, and real utility. So if we go to their stats to see how much is burnt, you can see that 26% of the supply has been burnt, which is a very good amount of supply. You can see, and you can scroll down here to see the project that contributed to the burn, TitanX being number one, that burnt 5.2 million worth of DragonX. Hydra 1.3 million, which is the next project that we're going to show here. So moving on now to Hydra, you can see that this one is on a major downtrend. Okay, if we just go from here and all the way to where we are, it is a minus 99%. So this is extremely high speculation, which of course you guys already know me, makes it extremely attractive for me, right? Well, especially when I look at the volume, guys, because I know for a fact this community is very strong. I know for a fact that the builders behind this, Eric, big shout to Eric, and in general, right, the guy Jake behind titanx, everyone here is very consistent, persistent. They believe in what they do. They're continuing developing titanx. Like, guys, it's an all or nothing kind of situation here. We're going either to the moon or to dust. And I know for a fact, once Ethereum does its next leg up, guys, every project that I'm going to talk about is going to react with Ethereum. Okay, and I'm not saying there's guaranteed profits here, but because I can't say that. I really can't. You have to do your own research. You have to make your own decisions. Become an independent thinker. When you're watching my videos, you're just looking into what is my thought process of how I think about things. What makes a very good opportunity for me to invest. Yes, one half of the equation is finding a bullish product. The second half is looking at, is it overvalued or undervalued? It's really as simple as that. And I prefer to tell people, buy cheap tokens. Simple. Buy cheap tokens. That is it. This is why, completely avoid Solana. You get diluted shares. You get insiders that are going to wreck you. You get celebrities that are going to take advantage of you. And that is not great. I don't really like that about Solana in general. So yet another reason why I love Ethereum, the land of whales. You can become a whale. If you're surrounding yourself in a room of whales, you're more likely to become a whale. It's the same saying goes, if your friend sells musk, you're more likely to smell like musk. Think like a whale until you become a whale. Gotta love it. So this is Hydra, ladies and gentlemen, 1.1 million in market cap, huge downtrend, and you can see actually gives us a huge opportunity once we for a next leg up or a recovery. So from here to kind of local all-time high, I'm not going to count the initial launch phase because that was just built on hype, and then it did a major correction. So kind of after the hype phase to the local all-time high, you can see it's 134x back there from these levels. So again, I feel like this is a really great entry point. Again, with creating those straight lines here, it does kind of tell me that the rate of depreciation is slowing down. So we're close to that bottom, and I feel like we're very close to that point. And I'm not going to say that we're not going to go any lower from here. It's very possible that we're going to continue to go lower, but it does seem like the rate of depreciation is actually slowing down, which is a great thing to kind of spot here. So looking at the stats, 64% is liquid. A good chunk of it, which is 32.4% is burnt, and the rest is in build on Hydra. Oh no, sorry. The rest is in penalties, 2.87 in penalties. So yes, you can mine it, but in my opinion, this is one of those tokens that is just a buy and hold. Okay, so there is that. That is my opinion on Hydra. That is Hydra, ladies and gentlemen. I want to keep it very simple. It is effectively the simplest way to talk about it. It is a leverage of TitanX, which is DragonX, and the leverage of DragonX, which is Hydra. Now, I've left the best for last here, really rewarding the people who are watching the video all the way through. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the most bullish names out there. And in terms of a markup, it is under 1 million in markup, thinner than all the rest in liquidity. And guys, in my opinion, this is a good thing because of course liquidity is kind of like a weight factor. The more liquidity you have, the heavier, the more capital it is required for it to move up. But in our case, I feel like it has that nice sweet spot of liquidity to market cap ratio. You can see there's actually multiple LP pools, which we're going to check out right now. 6.5k with Shogun, 5.3k with Wrapped Ethereum, 5.2 with TitanX, 1.3 with Element, and right now the biggest LP is with DragonX. So I really do like to see this. And of course, guys, I'm making this video when we are having the best prices for you guys, so you can get the best potential from it. So kind of from the all-time high, really here, it is a minus 88% dip, and from the all-time low, it is just up a 64%. So again, you're getting the best bang for your buck. Low volumes, so that's another check. Now we're going to check the website, and it is beautiful. Let me tell you, polished. It is being taken seriously. I love the logo. I love the matrix reference of Morpheus here. It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. A lot of people clicking that rocket, which I urge everyone to do. And it is up actually up today, 24.7%. Looking at the website, guys, this is what you're welcomed with, which I'm going to quickly refresh, and I'm going to unmute, making sure that you guys can hear the audio. Just look at how beautiful that is. Look at that. Believe. Like, that's very, very sick. Like, you can scroll up and down and then click to enter the matrix. You're welcomed with this polished Morpheus. Everything you know about liquidity, scarcity, and power within finance is about to be redefined. Wow, are you challenging my knowledge about liquidity? Hold on, I want to learn more. You know what I mean? So I'm going to scroll down here. A very friendly bunny there. The ecosystem. The Morpheus ecosystem is not just a collection of tokens. It is a meticulously crafted matrix of value, liquidity, and scarcity. Each element plays its part, designed to fulfill a purpose in the system. Wow, wow, wow. So again, this project has no mining, no staking, which, you know, in a way, I do appreciate that. So yeah, minting Morpheus with TitanX. By converting your TitanX tokens, you begin your path towards minting Morpheus. Here's how it works. 10% of your TitanX fuels the DragonX vault, providing stability and cooperation between primary liquidity pairs, aiming to keep the ecosystem secure and stable. 10% of your TitanX is used for engagement bonuses after the mint phase. Every 100 million TitanX spent secures one entry for one individual user. No limit on entries, so some nice mini game here. You can see 8% is allocated to the Genesis Fund for continuous ecosystem growth and development. 72% purchases DragonX, with 20% acquired DragonX burnt to drive scarcity. So there's the contribution. The rest is used to buy and burn Morpheus, giving your tokens a foundation of value and scarcity. So I really do like that. So there's a continuous buy and burn pressure on the token itself. So yeah, you can see here daily buy and burn. Lovely jubbly. The minting phase, I'm going to leave you guys to read all of that. Scarcity and reward mechanism. With every passing day, the cost to mint Morpheus increases by 4%. This decay mechanism makes early participation more rewarding. Very, very beautiful. Now, in terms of how old is this project, that's a great question, because I actually don't know myself. It is 4 months and 1 day old. So again, I would say this is a great time, because it has passed the hype phase. So of course you can see this huge hype phase. It went all the way up. Now we're in that correction phase, giving people like you and I, who are kind of late to the beginning part, a very great opportunity, even greater than the people who were early. So going back to it here, it says secured liquidity. Liquidity is the backbone of the Morpheus ecosystem. LP NFTs are locked. So NFTs here, referring to the V3 NFTs, are locked in the contract, guaranteeing that the liquidity remains permanent and the market stable, protecting against rug pulls. Fees from the LP pool earned in Morpheus will be burnt permanently. All fees earned in DragonX will be sent to the No Expectations wallet. Opportunities for arbitrage. The evolving minting costs create unique arbitrage opportunities. As minting becomes more expensive, buying Morpheus on the open market could be more cost effective. Take advantage of price discrepancies to maximize your returns. Savvy traders can mint or buy low and sell high, leveraging market dynamics for profit. So very simple as that. Now they do have an audit. Again, that's a great checklist, taking their project very seriously. A beautiful looking website here. I can definitely tell time, money, energy, sleepless nights, sweat, tears, probably, hey, maybe even blood, okay, was spent on this project. a very bullish name, memeable. It's not only kind of a DeFi project here, it's very memeable, which is kind of the best of both worlds. That's what you want. This is the DeFi kind of asset that has a mascot around it, so it really attracts people that are very far away, you know, we're barely seeing, oh, what is that cute looking bunny, I'm a degen, I want to buy something as a meme. And then now that's the initial hook, and then now to keep people staying within the ecosystem, they're going to learn more about it. They're going to want to stay here and believe and become a long-term holder. This is a really good W. So yeah, they do have a Git book as well, which I urge everyone to do your own research and read into it. Welcome to Morpheus, an ecosystem designed not by chance, but by purpose. A system crafted with precision, driven by 3 assets, DragonX, TitanX, and Morpheus, each interacting seamlessly, building a future of decentralized value. Everything you know about liquidity, scarcity, and power within decentralized finance is about to be redefined. But first, you must see the path. The following message is not created by machines, it is created by a singular human mind. This human mind represents the aspirations of a society that will not be bound by the tyranny of those who seek to suppress thought, suppress speech, and liberty. All across our realm, dark clouds continue to gather on the horizon. For the first time in many decades, we are able to visualize the threats that approach from all directions. Propaganda sent by soulless overlords are purposely seeded in young minds across the world, with the hope that a generation filled with trepidation from lies and deceit will mature into a generation of subservient sheep. With this expression of free will, we stand together to look evil squarely in the eye and demand our liberty. We will have no expectations that tyrants will treat us fairly. After all, it is not apparent that they seek their own self-preservation over the lives of billions. We are poisoned, we are tricked, we fed immorality, we are stolen from. It is our time to come together to meet this threat wherever it exists and say no more. We support the moral good. We support the freedom of people to live lives the way they see fit. We will provide security for those who seek security. We will provide opportunity where there is no opportunity. We will become unshakable in our pursuit for a better world. We will set people free from fear. Destiny is in our hands, and we move swiftly towards building the realm we see fit. Wow. And by the way, I can spot from a mile away when projects use AI in a lazy way to populate their Git books with filler words. Do you mean I would much rather them just write a few bullet points than, you know, come up with an uninspiring few paragraphs of the project. But this was a great read, by the way. So big shout out to Morpheus. Yet another reason. Okay, the people behind this are the right people. And this is why I'm going to end the video by saying Morpheus actually takes my top pick of the ecosystem. It is a high growth potential, under $1 million in market cap, and a very, very polished, and it seems like it's being run by the right people. So guys, listen, I'm going to end the video there. I think this was long enough. If you guys really enjoyed this, consider becoming a YouTube member. Commenting down below helps the YouTube video boost in the algorithms. And let me know what you think of the TitanX ecosystem. I will catch you soon, and take care. Bye-bye.